Coming up on tonight's episode of Sneak Peek, we've got an entire block dedicated to the big game, with a real talk and a list of the top commercials you may have missed.
Then stick around for our interview with super hunk Chad Michael Murray for the movie Cavemen.
Plus, we've got a review for the new movie Monuments Men, starring George Clooney and Matt Damon.
So stay tuned. Sneak Peek is live now.
Sneak Peek, I'm Jillian.
And I'm Jan Ross. The obvious heart-crushing news to report is the unfortunate death of acclaimed actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, who passed away this past Sunday due to an overdose on heroin. He gave brilliant performances in such films as The Master, Punch Drunk Love, Doubt, and Capote, and many more.
However, the true master this Sunday was Seahawks middle linebacker and Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith, who led the defense to crush the Broncos in a 43-8 rout.
And speaking of the Super Bowl, our first segment here sure is a touchdown. Here's Alex with a list of the best commercials during Sunday's big matchup.
Hey there, Sneak Peeks. Now, let's be honest, this Super Bowl almost put everyone to sleep. With the Broncos not making a touchdown until the very end of the third quarter and all, the Super Bowl was a super bummer. But if there's anything exciting, it was those commercials. A tradition between the advertising industry and many American homes, each Super Bowl ad is the brainchild of some of the most creative minds within the advertising industry. And they better be, with the price of a single 30-second advertising being approximately, wait for it, $4 million. And now, the suspense of who will bring to the table the most ingenious advertisement is over, because here I have a list of the top Super Bowl commercials from this year. Let it be known, these are not in any particular order, and this is my personal critique of the Super Bowl commercials. First, Coca-Cola's America the Beautiful, sung in different languages, caused major controversy in social networks. But overall, the commercial was very well done, and the song truly connected with many people in America who speak those languages. Next, TurboTax proved that love hurts, as it brilliantly made a point to mention the honest truth, that the Super Bowl was no holiday for all of those of us whose team did not make it to the big game. With its clever comparison of this situation to someone else dancing with your date at prom, TurboTax landed a spot on this week's top list. Following that, Volkswagen really outdid themselves during the second quarter of the game, featuring what happens when a dad tells his daughter that a German engineer receives his wings every time a Volkswagen hits 100,000 miles. This commercial turned out to be rather funny. Let's not forget when Jaguar made its point in being awesome by featuring various British actors as villains. Yes, including Tom Hiddleston. Afterward, Kia made a point to show us the true meaning of luxury through Morpheus from The Matrix breaking into song and amazing passengers of a Kia. It was truly one of the best commercials. Another less-known brand made its marketplace. CarMax comically created uproar of applauses when a satisfied customer received a car. Later, M&M used the power of curiosity at its best, featuring a movie-like commercial. No one knew that the package delivered to a man's spooky mansion was until the naive yellow M&M appears in the trunk of an evil man's car. Speaking of another thing that starts with an M, Microsoft was able to capture the true moments in the lives of people whose lives have been improved through the technology and compiled it into a breathtaking commercial. While Coke caused a stir at the Super Bowl, its rival Pepsi was very creative, using New York City as a Giants toy. Not so camera-shy Doritos made its audience smile with its two commercials that resonated with one's inner child. One including a time machine and the other, a dog riding cowboy. My personal favorite was Chobani's 60-second ad during the third quarter of the game. It featured a small store's clerks and the town's inhabitants being scared out of their minds when a bear walks into a shop, only for the viewers to find out that all the bear wanted was to buy the all-natural Chobani yogurt. This next ad didn't fail to warm hearts all around. Budweiser's 1-minute commercial featuring an adorable puppy becoming best buds with a Clydesdale horse easily made everyone crack a smile. Another Brewers ad also sparked an interest in viewers. Bud Light introduced Ian Rappaport, an average guy who had no idea he was about to be a part of a Super Bowl commercial, into the night he would never forget. This Up for Whatever campaign took the time to surprise him with a night filled with random scenarios that included Reggie Watts, Minka Kelly, Don Cheadle, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and One Republic. Talk about a night to remember. Well, that concludes this week's list of the week. Until next time, sneak peeps.
I think my favorite commercial was the one with the puppy and the horse. I seriously could not stop crying.
Aw, no way. The best commercial was easily where the Broncos made fools of themselves in front of the whole world. But, oh, wait, that was the actual game.
Up next, we have our woman on the streets for Real Talk, asking the public what they thought of the big game.
Hey Sneak Peek! Today I'm on campus getting thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime performance. As you probably know, Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers took the stage. Was it a hit or was it a miss? Let's go see what people had to say. What did you think about this year's Super Bowl, just in general?
I thought it was a lot of fun because I'm not a big Seahawks fan, but I like Richard Sherman a lot, and so I was excited that they routed Peyton, and I'm a big Tom Brady fan, so it was nice to see Peyton fail.
And what did you think about the halftime performance?
I thought it was really good. I don't listen to Bruno Mars a whole lot, but I thought he was very energetic and lively. The Red Hot Chili Peppers just seemed kind of old to me, so I wasn't as into them. But I thought he was very energetic, and I thought the drum solo was great.
What did you think of this year's halftime performance?
Oh, that was very good. Bruno Mars was excellent. I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but definitely Bruno Mars stole the show and actually stole the whole show of the entire Super Bowl because it was a pretty boring game.
I'd have to agree. What did you think about the Super Bowl halftime performance?
Oh, I didn't see it. In fact, I didn't see the Super Bowl at all. I'm actually really surprised that the Super Bowl actually happened because we lost a really great American on that day. We lost Philip Seymour Hoffman. Do you know who that is? Yes, you know who that is? Then obviously the Broncos also know who Philip Seymour Hoffman was because they didn't put on a good performance. And I understand completely why, because they were grieving. They were still in their grieving process, and so is the rest of America. So I don't know why the Super Bowl didn't happen.
Okay, who did you think was better, Bruno Mars or the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
They're both amazing, honestly. So if I had to pick one, I'd say Bruno Mars. I'd want to be more like Bruno Mars than a tatted up Red Hot Chili Pepper.
What did you think about this year's halftime performances?
It was new. It was modern. It was inventive.
Okay, who do you think was better, Bruno Mars or the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Well, I'd have to say the Red Hot Chili Peppers because they wore less clothing than Bruno Mars.
I thought Bruno was great, and I loved his dance moves, and it was a really good performance, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers was kind of weird that they weren't wearing shirts, and it kind of looked like they maybe were on drugs a lot. I don't know, but it was just a really weird pairing of, like, Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I feel like they tried to do a good job integrating them together, like with the fire on the sides, but it didn't pull it off for me. And what did you think? How did this compare to last year's performance? Well, Bruno was great, but I don't think anything could top Beyonce and the reunion of Destiny's Child that happened on the monumental day last year. Personally, I thought that Bruno Mars killed the show. He had a great vocal and dance performance. The pairing with the Red Hot Chili Peppers was a little bit weird, but it was still a great show full of great energy. Well, that's all I have for you today, Sneak Peekers. Back to you.
To be honest, I'm so ready for everything with this game to be finished. I'm so sick of hearing about it.
I think Peyton Manning feels the same way.
Okay, please stop.
I bet that's how Peyton Manning felt when...
Okay. We're going to a commercial. We'll be right back. Hey, sneak peekers, welcome back, I guess.
Julianne, what's with the attitude?
Oh, nothing. It's just Olivia. She interviewed my boyfriend, Chad Michael Murray, for his new movie Caveman. I've been asking you first.
But have you ever even met Chad Michael Murray?
Never mind. You wouldn't understand our deep connection.
All right. So while she sorts some stuff out, let's roll Olivia's interview.
Hey Sneak Peek, it's Olivia here with Herschel Faber and Chad Michael Murray, the director and star for Caveman here at the Austin Film Festival. So thank you guys for coming out today.
Thank you for having us.
So Herschel, I wanted to ask you, this is your first feature film as a director.
Yeah.
So how did you decide you wanted to use Caveman as your directorial debut?
Well, the story of Cavemen is very personal to me. I sort of lived kind of the lifestyle that's depicted in the film when I was living in New York. The movie's about 4 guys living together in a old makeup factory that was transformed into a loft. So there were no windows, no walls, just sheets to divide up the space. So there was no privacy, and I thought that was a really sort of unusual environment for 4 guys, 4 oversexed guys, to live in. So I decided to sort of dramatize it, and the beauty of that is it became, a lot of the movie is actually in the cave. So in terms of making a film and making a film at a certain budget level, it was the perfect project to do. But if I'm being honest, it's a part of my life that is very near and dear to me, so I sort of wanted to dramatize it.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Could you kind of explain the storyline for the film and the role you play?
Yeah, I'm Jay, and Jay leads, he kind of beats to his own drum. He's, I kind of refer to him as a sex addict, but that's not necessarily what he is. He just tends to, he has his own lifestyle. He believes very much in his way in doing things, just kind of like anybody. And he's not at the point in life where he's met that woman that he's just fallen head over heels madly in love with, so he just kind of bounces around and enjoys himself. The overall stories, you follow 4 guys in their different journeys to whether it's find love or find existence or cohabitate with, partners of the opposite sex. And, Hirsch did a great job really fleshing out each individual character, and you follow Jay and Dean and their very distinct differences with love and what they think it may be.
A lot of movies kind of center towards the idea of men coming to terms with their emotions and love. So what is it about Caveman that sets it apart from the rest?
It's a really good question. I think what's interesting, particularly in LA, if you're looking for love in LA, I think you can oftentimes have a hard time finding it. And the main character, his name is Dean, and he's in sort of a strange spot because he's a guy who wants to find love in sort of a world where no one else really is looking for it, and he's maybe a little young to actually be looking for it, like true love. And so yes, that's kind of his journey is to find it, and that causes a lot of conflict because no one's helping him, and they're all giving him really terrible. Oh, someone's clapping. A lot of really terrible advice about how to go about finding it, and I think that's what sort of sets it apart from traditional rom-coms.
Yeah, I think you have an opportunity to see 4 different versions of the male perspective on how they see women and relationships and love, and I think that's what really separates it, is the idea that you have one man who, Andre, who's not faithful, and he doesn't necessarily believe that love is about sex, but that love is about moments. You have another guy who's literally the hopeless romantic to a certain extent, but really believes that your woman has to go down that journey with you, and that's Pete's character. Then you have Dean, who literally is the hopeless romantic, but he just struggles and struggles and struggles, and he's trying to find love in all the wrong places. And then you have Jay, who just doesn't necessarily believe in love. It hasn't slapped him upside the head yet. He's living life, enjoying it, and realizing, hey, I'm young, and when that time comes, then I'm in and I'll commit. But right now, I'm just along for the journey.
Thank you so much for coming, and best of luck to both of you.
You too.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
This Friday, the Monument.
I have a trivia question for you, Jillian. Are you ready? Who wrote, directed, produced, and acted in this new film about Nazi art smuggling hitting theaters tomorrow?
Emmett, the ordinary rules following Lego from the Lego movie?
Nope, not even close.
Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme from Welcome to the Jungle.
Ooh, really good guess, but no, it's George Clooney about The Monuments Men. And Duve has a really great review for us. Take it away.
This Friday, The Monuments Men will march into theaters, and after seeing it beforehand, here's my take on the latest war drama. Based on the book The Monuments Men, Allied Heroes, Nazi Thieves, and the Greatest Treasure Hunt in History, the film tells the story of the men that fought and risked their lives to save the treasures of humanity, the arts. Set in the desolation of the World War II, an American platoon of museum directors, curators, and art historians set out to locate and return incredible amounts of art to its people. The stakes rises as the platoon slowly loses their members and the opposing forces close in. The Monuments Men features a fantastic ensemble cast: Kate Blanchett, Hugh Bonneville, John Dujardin, John Goodman, Bill Murray, Matt Damon, and George Clooney, who takes the lead role as well as the director's chair. Clooney performed perfectly, but his direction was not at all that you would expect from a quality star. The film's story arc is pretty straightforward with an almost Indiana Jones feel. The Monuments Men has some really great moments that really pull some strings, but that does not make up for the lack of character development. The story moves well, but it overlooks its main characters, the very people that the audience are supposed to engage with. There are moments where the film dives into the personal traumas and desires of the characters, but they feel a little out of place without the characters' development. I wanted to connect more with before I faced the internal conflicts that surface in the film. Another problem that I personally had was the loss in focus in the film. From the premise, I had anticipated the film to have a strong focus on art and art preservation. But the film focuses more on the action that doesn't really lead to anywhere we don't already expect. George Clooney and his men beating the bad guys and saving art is not much of a spoiler alert, and much less of an interesting story. The subject of the film seemed to be secondary to its stars doing things, which makes the film a very disappointing one. Because of this, I gave it 2.5 stars. As a lover of art and strong believer in preserving one of the most important aspects of life, The Monuments Men falls short in its very noble attempt. And while I do enjoy performances given by the amazing cast and I love the synopsis, the film doesn't accomplish what it sets out to do. And I don't blame it on George Clooney. I firmly believe that he is an excellent director and amazing actor. For the film's failures, I blame it on Hollywood. Back to you, Jillian and Jan Ross.
That looks like an amazing cast. Clooney, Damon, Bill Murray, Kate Blanchett.
Martin Cossingham.
Who?
Martin Cossingham, he's only like my favorite actor ever. Anyway, he shined like a Hope Diamond with his portrayal of British soldier.
Oh, honey. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sneak Peek.
Jillian, what's big, green, and super angry at you?
My mom?
Of course not. I'm sure she's a lovely woman.
Oh, you don't know her.
All right. So anyways, it's the Hulk.
Here's Jules' interview with the original Hulk, Lou Ferrigno.
Hey Sneak Peekers, we're here with Lou Ferrigno for Austin Comic Con. So I wanted to know, ever since you were a little kid, did you always want to be a superhero?
Yes, because I had a huge vision when I was young because I was fascinated with power. I used to read comic books, Superman comics, and I fantasized in power because I was kind of introverted. I wanted to be strong and powerful, so the comic book led the way for me. And then from that point on, I discovered bodybuilding and fitness, and I said, someday I'm going to be so big, so powerful, no one can beat me up.
And I want to know your secret. How do you turn green?
Well, as long as my wife don't piss me off. That's a joke. No, it's 3.5 hours of makeup. Yeah, 6 coats of paint on the body and the face is like an hour and a half. You're talking about 3.5 hours of makeup plus 12 hours retouching all day. And it's a beautiful process because when the makeup completed, the wig, eyes, and teeth, the character's beautiful.
I agree. And also, what is the superhero, like, you know, the workout routine?
Well, I train about 5 to 6 days a week. I'm very consistent. The key word is being very consistent. Consistency is everything in life. That enables me to be passionate about the training, passionate about fitness. And that's why I'm very successful, because I've been very consistent all these years. Even till now, I train 5 to 6 days a week. I eat a good diet and basically, just train like an hour, maybe hour, 15 minutes.
Okay. And would you mind doing the hook 'em horns for sneak peek for UT? Yeah, right at the camera right there. Thank you so much.
I can't believe how cold it's been here lately. I mean, it's Texas.
I know! These freezing temps just make me want to snuggle up in bed with a cup of cocoa and a really, really good movie.
There are so many good movies out. It's like Hollywood planned this freeze so we can go to the theater.
And that theory seems a little far-fetched, but here to tell you about all the movies coming to a theater near you is Shane with some awesome movie trailers.
It seems like there's a lot of new movie trailers released every week, especially in the new year. There's a lot of movies released. There seems like there's a lot of movie trailers released every week, especially in the new year. Because of this, many can slip between the cracks, not really getting seen by many people. Those movies will finally get the spotlight in this new segment, The Trailer Park. Our first trailer is for A Long Way Down, an adaptation of the British novel of the same name by Nick Hornby. The film tells the story of 4 strangers who meet on the rooftop of a building in London on New Year's Eve, all intending to commit suicide. However, their fateful meeting leads the 4 people to come down from the roof alive and face the world, now together. Starring Pierce Brosnan, Aaron Paul, Imogen Poots, and Rosamund Pike, here's a brief look.
I'm Martin Sharp, the man who had everything. Divorce, disgrace, humiliation. Why wouldn't I want to throw myself off a tall building?
Excuse me, are you going to be long?
What?
Maybe I should just wait.
I'll give you a shout on the way down.
Out of my way! Stop, sir!
Hi, you guys order a pizza?
4 people.
Up on one roof, that's practically a convention. We're in a gang.
We're not in a gang.
We signed a pact. Here's the deal. Promise. Nobody kills themselves until Valentine's Day.
It's not such a ridiculous idea.
Pretty sure we're all going to live to regret this.
So this is a new year, then? Many of us have been transfixed by the story of the Topper House 4.
Politician's daughter. This is a media firestorm.
Yes.
Has anyone ever told...
A Long Way Down will be hitting theaters later this year. Our next film is a bit different, adapted from the PlayStation video game series that began in 2002. The new animated film Sly Cooper tells the story of Sly, a raccoon thief out to redeem his family name when a group of thugs set out to destroy it. From the teaser, this new film from the writer and director of 2007's TMNT looks to have a compelling combination of heist films and a bit of film noir to round it out. Here's a sneak peek.
You're gonna be okay! You're gonna be okay! Say it with me, Murray! Say it! Sly, give me some good news! We're losing him! Keep your shell on. Turtle jumps, really? I see the light! Hang in there, pal! Everybody be cool. I'm on it.
Lately, I can't feel my hands!
Stay cool, big guy.
Pretty sure I'm going into shock right now!
We're running out of time, Sly! Hey, no clocks, Bentley. It throws me off. We're too late! Not on my shift.
Sly Cooper will be breaking into theaters in 2016. Well, that's it for our unseen trailers of the week. Back to you, Jan Ross and Jillian.
I don't know about you, but I'm very much looking forward to getting out of this TV station and going to see some of those flicks.
Oh, nice subtle hint, Jan. On Jan's note, that's all we have for our show tonight.
Yep, it's been great. Can I go?
You can catch Sneak Peek Thursdays at 9:30 for more entertainment news. From all of us in the studio, good night.